What do current NFL coaches have to say about Zach Wilson? We're going to get into that. Hey, what's going on? I'm Matt O'Leary, back with another video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today I'm going to get into Zach Wilson and what some coaches around the league think of him. There's mixed reviews on Zach Wilson. Surprising? No, not surprising. Before we get started today, I just want to mention where you can find me, at Matt O'Leary NY on social media. You got the Just Jets podcast. New episode dropped earlier today, so if you missed it, go back, check it out. You got it on YouTube and in audio form if you'd prefer that. And you got bonus content on Patreon. So yeah, make sure to check that out for bonus content, ramping it up for the NFL season. So every year, The Athletic drops this article where they rank the quarterbacks, and the ranking is based on this tier. So there's a polling of 50 coaches and 50 NFL executives, and they go through and they rank these quarterbacks and they put them in tiers. And their average ranking kind of, differentiates where these guys are in the ranking systems. And Zach Wilson came in at 28. Which is tier 4, which is essentially an unknown category. They don't know enough about him. He is behind guys like Justin Fields, Davis Mills, and Trevor Lawrence. Take that for however you want to take it. I'm not here really to debate where he's ranked. I'm more here to talk about what the what the coaches around the league have said about Zach Wilson. There's 3 quotes that I wanted to share from this article on Zach Wilson. The first one is from a defensive coach. That's all we know, a defensive coach in the AFC East. He says this: Zach Wilson has got talent. He has all the physical talent. He is not lacking in any skill set from a tool standpoint. They have done a good job trying to draft and surround him with people. It'll be a big year for him to take a leap. It was a bad team last year, and he made a lot of mistakes. We'll have a better sense after this year. I don't see any lies there. First one, yeah, I think no one will argue the physical talent with Zach Wilson. Last year, the team really wasn't any good. Okay, 2 for 2, and you'll have a better sense after this year. Yeah, you will, which is kind of why all offseason long I've been saying there's no excuse for Zach Wilson. And not that he was ever making excuses for himself. It's saying that, hey, more than likely in 8 months from now, we're going to know if Zach Wilson's the quarterback or not. Maybe not even 8 months. Where are we at right now? It's 5 months. 5 months, you'll know. Maybe even less than 5 months. 4 months. Somewhere in that range where Zach Wilson is going to be on this team. So I like that first one. This second one, you're not going to like as much, which is fine. This is an offensive play caller in the NFL, says he looks at the rush way too much. He is one of those guys who sees the rush and wants to get depth and run right, but you lose the field when you do that. That's a fair critique, I think, of Zach Wilson as a rookie. He did bail from the pocket a little bit too much. Is that something that is teachable? I would lean yes. I think that is something that you can improve on. And looking back at his first year, obviously there was a lot of things that Zach Wilson could improve on where, he struggled. That is definitely one that is a fair critique of Zach. I think he did let the pressure get to him a little bit too much, and he needs to get the ball out quicker, which is something that we've talked about a ton here, and that is something that I don't think anyone will argue about. I think that's more than reasonable to say that about Zach Wilson going into this year. And the last quote that they had in this and that we wanted to talk about today was, this is from a quarterbacks coach in the NFL. Doesn't say, what team or where it's from, but from a quarterbacks coach. Tell me one marquee player that he had around him last year. I still think the sky's the limit for this kid. He's got some young weapons now, and I think they're going to be a lot better. Braxton Berrios, that's your marquee guy probably from last year. Elijah Moore missed too much time. Corey Davis missed too much time. They had 0 tight ends. Michael Carter was nice. He was nice, but there was no marquee guy. You're right. And you're hoping Elijah Moore in year 2 with health can start to become that marquee guy. Garrett Wilson, who you drafted 10th overall, should be a marquee guy. Is he going to put up 1,000 yards in year 1? Maybe not. You add 2 tight ends to this roster who are just solid NFL players in CJ Uzomah and Tyler Conklin. Are any of those guys stud, like downright stud tight ends? No. But are they solid starting caliber tight ends? Yeah. And you have two of them, and drafted Jeremy Ruckert, who you can develop along with those two guys. Smart. You had Breece Hall, who has a chance to be dynamic in year one, someone who can make an immediate impact on this team. He was the first running back off the board in the 2022 draft class. This guy is impressive, and he's going to be able to help out Zach in the run and pass game. Oh yeah, and by the way, Michael Carter in year two should be getting better as well. And Corey Davis is coming back from injury, so that should help. So it seems like the consensus around Zach Wilson is we don't know what he is yet. So I'm in agreement there. There's no way to tell what Zach Wilson is yet. If you liked him at BYU, you could find things and point to things, for instance, the physical traits, the improvement at the end of the year, and the roster improving as ways to that, justify your opinion on him coming out and why you're excited about him. If you didn't like Zach Wilson coming out of BYU, then you will probably harp more so on the bailing on the pocket, the mental mistakes earlier in the year, things like that, which is fine. Again, I'm not going to be able to change anyone's opinion on that. I understand that. So I'm only going to express where I'm coming from on this. And I lean more towards the first one. I think is perfect with all the physical talent. We know the physical talent is there. He just has to take that next step. Joe Douglas has done a really good job so far in ensuring that he does take that next step. By the way, forgot to mention that they signed Lincoln Tomlinson to play left guard. He's a Pro Bowler last year, played in the San Francisco 49ers system that's very similar to the one the Jets are running over here. So you can take that as a positive too if you want to do that. But I just always find it interesting to hear what other people in the NFL think about a player because I have my own opinions, and people who watch the NFL and cover the NFL or are fans of the NFL have their differing opinions on guys. But I think you have to put some stock into what, the people, and they're anonymous. It's not like there's any agenda that they need to push. And I highly doubt these quotes are coming from the Jets quarterback coach, the Jets offensive. It's just from guys around the league. And the first one, like I said, is from a defensive coach on a team in the Jets division. So we saw him twice last year, presumably twice, if it was a game that Zach Wilson played in. But moral of the story here, year two, big year for Zach Wilson. Shocking, right? Year two, big year for Zach. That's going to do it for me. Sound off in the comments. Let me know what you think. I'm Matt O'Leary. Subscribe here if you're new. Give the video a thumbs up, and I'll talk to you next time.